Kenobi Disney Plus series is expected to start filming next month, with confirmation that Hayden Christensen would be returning as Anakin Skywalker, as well as Darth Vader, and that both Kenobi and Vader would face off before A New Hope. We learned all of this information thanks to a Disney shareholders meeting, where at the meeting itself, shareholders got glimpses and footage of the Kenobi series, in the form of concept art and voiceovers by the various actors. Unfortunately, we do not have access to this concept art, however, we do have great descriptions of it, which is why we're here today. We're going to break down and talk about the footage and the description of the footage that we got for the Kenobi series. Before we begin though, the Star Wars merch page sale continues before Christmas, so if you see anything that you like or that you think may make a good Christmas present, be sure to check it out. Top link in the description down below. Also, if we could get this video to 3,000 likes, that would help the channel out a great deal, and help others get to see the footage description. With all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. The presentation for Kenobi began with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy coming out on stage, saying that both Vader and Obi-Wan would face off before the events of The New Hope, approximately 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and calling it, quote, the rematch of the century. There's a hunger for this character to come back, Ewan McGregor said in footage screened exclusively for investors during Thursday's presentation. The fans have been waiting long enough. The voiceover then continued and transitioned to director of Kenobi, Deborah Chow. This is quite a dark time that we're coming into with him. Just being a Jedi, it's not safe. There's Jedi hunters out there. Concept art shows a Jedi and a lightsaber blade ignited, defending a trio of younglings as the newly anointed Darth Vader marches on the Jedi Temple with a legion of clone troopers. He has this one task left, McGregor's voiceover continues, with him being an exiled Jedi, which is to keep Luke safe. More concept art shows a stingray-like creature floating above slave workers toiling away in the barren sandy landscape of Tatooine. We start on Tatooine, and we go on this rollicking adventure. McGregor teases over a glimpse of a watery planet, where armed soldiers fire upon many armed sea creatures. We couldn't tell the story of Obi-Wan Kenobi without addressing Anakin, or Darth Vader, Deborah Chow adds over an image of an armored Vader seated on a throne as he communicates with a hologram, possibly his master, the reigning emperor of the Galactic Empire. The most beautiful thing of all of this is that it's brought me back together with Hayden, a Giddy McGregor said. It'll be amazing to bring those characters back together again, very unexpectedly. Deborah Chow confirmed that audiences will definitely see Obi-Wan and Darth Vader get into it again, as we see the blue blade of a hooded Obi-Wan clash with the fiery red blade of a Darth Vader, evoking imagery of the previous encounter in Revenge of the Sith. Having another swing at each other might be quite satisfying for everybody, McGregor teased. We hope that you enjoy it as much as we're going to enjoy making it. That is the description of all of the footage shown. The key message was of course to push the confrontation and rematch between Kenobi and Vader, as well as apparently we'll be revisiting Order 66 and Anakin's march on the Jedi Temple, one it seems like this time from the perspective of a Jedi Master protecting a group of younglings, and we very likely could get to see a whole lot more of Order 66 and Anakin's raid on the temple. There are deleted scenes from Revenge of the Sith that illustrate this. In interviews, George Lucas admitted that he kept these scenes brief in order to keep Revenge of the Sith at a PG-13 rating, and not to push the envelope too far, but it will be intriguing to see Anakin march on the Jedi Temple in more detail, and I think will really illustrate the tone of Kenobi and the relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan. It's clear by the presentation that this is very much going to be an Anakin Obi-Wan series, and not strictly about Kenobi, that the story of Anakin and Obi-Wan are intertwined. As for the stingray-like creature hovering above slaves on Tatooine, I'm not really sure what to think about this, as it's not anything that I'm aware of that we've seen in Star Wars before. The footage of an underwater world does in fact confirm though that the entire series will not be taking place on Tatooine, and I presume that Kenobi will in fact be going off-world, drawn by some mission, potentially even a trap by Darth Vader. Again, the other notable piece of concept art is that Darth Vader is communicating with somebody via hologram. Whether or not it's the Emperor, I'm not sure. What I think will be cool about this Kenobi show is Hayden will be able to act as Anakin Anakin as well as Darth Vader, and will likely bring us through various stages of Vader's life, with us hearing rumors several months back that we would even be getting flashbacks to the Clone Wars in the Kenobi show, and it would go farther to illustrate the friendship between Anakin and Obi-Wan before Anakin fell to the dark side, as well as a pre-suit and obviously a post-suit Vader, which the last piece of concept art featured a fully formed Vader facing off against Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is a pretty significant change to Star Wars canon, as in the 20-year gap between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, it's not really clear at all that Vader and Obi-Wan confronted one another. The dialogue in A New Hope between Obi-Wan and Vader is also intriguing, with Vader making comments that when they last met, he was the learner, but now he is the master, something that I clearly think they will draw upon in their duel. Anyway guys, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the Kenobi series revisiting Revenge of the Sith and Order 66, as well as the fact that the key to the series will be another confrontation between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, and that this will be the overarching theme of the entire series? What are you the most excited to see, Order 66 or this rematch? And do you think that Order 66 will go into more gruesome details? Again guys, be sure to check out the Star Wars merch page for the big discounts for the holiday season. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything Star Wars related, including the 9 other Lucasfilm projects currently in development. As always my friends, may the Force be with you and have a great day.